Hello everyone and welcome to Tanner's Big World of Oddities. That's right, I've started a freak show introducing our first freak, Nico, the world's skinniest man.
Howdy there, everybody. Normally I'll have, something that I want to say during these little intro bits, but I always forget them, halfway through my little intro, so I usually end up fumbling over my words a lot, so I'm just giving up this time.
Okay.
Nice.
That's a good strategy for the rest of your life, frankly. And introducing my next freak, Dylan, the man who doesn't get pop culture references.
I mean, yeah.
Am I wrong?
No. We'll go with that. That's unfair.
Tanner, are you yourself also a freak, or are you just the ringleader here?
I think I'm just the ringleader.
But don't you have to be a little bit of a freak to be the ringleader to stand the other freaks?
I mean, all businessmen are freaks, so yes.
Whew. Right to it. Nice.
Right to it. If we were to start a freak show, what would we want?
I mean, we gotta have a bearded lady. We gotta have a man from Tucson.
I don't want the bearded lady. Bearded lady is boring.
You have to have a super flexible man.
I want one of those people who have that disease where they grow like a werewolf coat, you know? Their entire body is head to toe covered in fur. I want one of them instead of the bearded lady.
Okay. We need to have some Siamese twins who connect at the very tops of their heads, so their two heads together look like a big peanut, and then one of them's just kind of stacked on top of the other. You feel me?
Yeah.
Yeah.
We need a human centipede.
Yeah, exactly. You need the biggest human centipede this side of Carolina has ever seen.
Mm-hmm. What else we could have?
You can have a Harlequin baby.
Well, I don't know about that one. I just don't know who would want to pay money to see that. Is my thinking.
There's a market out there somewhere. I tell you what.
What if we advertise a Harlequin baby, but it's just a baby in a little Harlequin costume?
Oh, there you go.
Sounds good to me.
Dylan, do you know what a
Harlequin baby is? So people walk in expecting something horrifying, and then they're like, "Aw."
I really don't.
Don't look up a Harlequin baby, Dylan.
It sounds good.
It's a baby that's inside out.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's not a great situation.
Yeah. I instantly regret my decisions.
Do you know Reptile from Mortal Kombat is a grown-up Harlequin baby? That's his backstory.
That's his backstory? Yeah. I thought he was from Outworld.
Nah. He's a grown-up Harlequin baby.
Okay, then.
That doesn't even... He can spit acid, though.
Yeah, it's what they can do, apparently. Apparently that's a superpower you get.
Literally not true, and you're making this all up, but we'll see. Tell you what, if we can find an adult Harlequin baby, we'll have them in our freak show.
Oh, there we go.
I want the log that people mistook for the Loch Ness Monster.
Ooh. You can also get a dog with mange or something. This is shaping up to be
a great business idea, you know?
Yeah.
We can drive around in a little van. We got a tent. It's just a great idea all around.
Yeah. Dylan, what kind of freaks do you want in here?
Yeah, like I said, you gotta have that super flexible man. Is double jointed in every joint for some reason.
Yeah. Their trick is they like to fit through a tennis racket for some reason.
Yeah. Then you gotta have those clowns that all fit into one car, but the catch is all of those clowns look like Pennywise, which makes it even worse. I hate clowns anyway, so Pennywise just whatever's to freak everybody else out. Let's see.
We need a guy who swallows things.
Yeah, you need a fire sword swallower.
Yeah.
Get both of them.
Or a guy who can swallow a bowling ball or something.
Yeah, and then can also breathe fire.
What about a guy who can get hit by a cannonball and survive?
Yeah.
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 We can fold up the flexible guy, put him in the cannonball, and then shoot him at the guy who survives getting hit by the cannonball.
You know, I'm really glad you said that, because that was my next idea.
How about a guy with no spine?
Mm.
and he's like flopping over backwards, and he's flopping around, and then his big joke is people walk over and he says, "I'm a liberal."
Oh my.
Oh, Tanner.
Haha.
Oh, you.
We should have QAnon.
Oh, there we go.
We'll have Q there.
Yeah, Q himself will be there. That's one of our freaks.
Just drive around the south, we're like, hey, we got Q, he's here.
Oh my goodness.
Well, people lining up.
It's some guy in a trench coat, and he'll just say insane bullshit. He'll be like, listen, guys, so the secret plan where Donald Trump was gonna take over the presidency on August 13th, change of plans. We're doing it next month.
Ooh.
That was the thing. Like, the conspiracy theory was that Trump was somehow going to be reinstated as president yesterday.
Oh.
I don't know how or why.
Is that legal?
Mostly how, but
yeah, we just gotta wait it out. It'll happen eventually. Don't worry.
It'll happen eventually.
You'll rise.
I think
to
he's
power.
supposed to team up with like the 4 horsemen of the apocalypse to stop like Washington pedophiles or something. I haven't really been keeping up with the Q stuff.
Why not, Tanner? I thought that was like totally in your wheelhouse.
I don't like the letter Q.
Yeah, I'll do it.
It reminds me too much of James Bond.
Wait, that's not at all where I thought it was going. Why does it remind you of James Bond?
Because of Q from James Bond.
Huh. Oh,
He's the one who makes the gadgets.
Gotcha. Yeah, I thought
Big shout out to our second freak, Dylan, the guy who doesn't get pop culture references.
You said yourself. It's such a blissful life that I live. It's just I get to do whatever I want, not have a single worry in the world.
Right. Yeah.
But it does help to know some things. I will admit. Otherwise, you just look like an idiot wherever you go.
That's okay, Dylan.
Is it okay?
Yeah.
Listen, we need those people. They serve a valuable function in this economy. In this economy.
Well, I'm glad. I'm glad I have some kind of economical purpose in this whole deal.
Yeah, of course so. We have you around for a reason, don't you worry.
You guys want to hear the dream I just had? Because I literally just woke up.
I can definitely tell that you just woke up. Yeah, what was your dream, Tanner?
Okay. So, me, one of my coworkers, and Hunter were... Okay.
Well...
It appears Nico has left the call.
Well, he left the call, but I'm sure he's here in spirit. There's the man. He's not on his phone anymore.
Okay, cool. There we go.
What happened?
I'm not on my phone anymore. Looks like we got internet back. All right, go. Carry on with your dream, Tanner. You're with your coworkers.
My coworker and Hunter.
Okay.
And we were in Iceland or something. We were in some Nordic like resort sort of thing. It had one of those big, really warm pools but it's cold outside.
Okay.
You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah. One of them little Eskimo houses.
What? Sure. What? We had a Great Dane that was green. It was a very large one.
Alien dog.
And I think that there was like an alien invasion. We were getting slaughtered out there. It wasn't great. So many Icelandic people just getting eviscerated. And so we run back into our hotel room, and I close the door, and it doesn't lock, and it doesn't lock because there's no screws on it. And then for some reason, I decide that this is a good moment to start cracking jokes. I'm like, oh my gosh, Jewish trickery has made the screws disappear.
Oh my.
And then my coworker and Hunter are laughing. Are like, yeah, you hate that Jewish trickery. And I'm... And then I look around, and then the screws are just sitting there on the floor. And so I say, hey, go hand me those screws so I can close the door. And then they just stare at me, and I wake up.
Alright.
So yeah, watch out for Jewish trickery, I guess.
Oh my gosh, it's a sign.
It's an omen.
I'm about to be tricked by a Jew. Wait, one of my managers is Jewish. Ooh. Oh no. What's he gonna do to me?
Oh, that's a loaded question.
He's gonna steal my foreskin a second time.
He's gonna take what remains. They didn't complete the job the first time.
He's gonna take my ball sack.
Well...
Nico, tell me about your dream.
Yes, perfect. I also did have a dream last night. So check it out, boys. I dreamt that I was running the podcast, and I was hosting it in a lighthouse for some reason. And for whatever reason, I didn't want Tanner on the episode, so I just didn't tell him that we were going to be recording.
Oh, very classy.
Yeah, exactly. What did you say that, Dylan?
I said premonition.
Oh, I thought you said permission to speak. And I was like, oh, okay, go for it. I don't think you need that.
We got it. We're doing a hand raising system now, guys. We got to control this. Was it in person? Like, was it all of you in a lighthouse?
Yeah, we were all like chilling in a lighthouse doing the podcast.
Interesting.
Mm-hmm. I also remember crashing my car at one point, and Dreamy was like, you know what? I'm pretty sure this is a dream. I'm just not going to deal with this. And so he made me wake up.
Aww,
yeah.
That sucks. That's how you begin lucid dreaming. Also,
have you ever even seen a lighthouse in person?
Yeah. I've like gone inside of one.
Oh, okay.
Went up to the top and cheese. We have some like over here on the coast, you know.
You know what that tells me, Nico?
What?
You play too much Gang Beasts, and I hate that your favorite level is Lighthouse because, you know, I hate you for that level, and that's why you dreamt there was a lighthouse.
There you go. That's the reason.
Hate it so much.
I don't think I've ever seen a lighthouse in person.
No?
I have. I don't think I've been inside one.
I don't think so.
Okay.
I have no memories of ever visiting a lighthouse. But also, I don't know if that'd be a very impactful experience anyway.
It definitely wasn't. My parents are really into that kind of stuff, and so as a wee little lad, before I had a job...
Really into lighthouses?
They just like going places and hiking and seeing things, I guess.
Gross.
I hated it.
White people, am I right?
Oh,
yes.
Tanner.
As a minority, I can agree.
That was such a delayed response from both of you. Jesus Christ.
I had to think about the appropriate response to that phrase. And if I was gonna agree with you as a minority, or if I was just gonna accept to be like, yeah.
Or if you were gonna agree with him on your white half.
Yeah, I had to agree which half of me was gonna agree, Tanner.
Yeah, okay. It's always a negotiation.
For whatever reason, my laptop is like cranking up right now, and so it's like really spinning the fans.
Yeah, we can literally hear it, which is odd.
I don't know why it's doing it. It's gonna come through on the noise bits.
Oh, it will. Don't you worry. Don't you worry.
Great stuff, dude.
Anything big happened in the news this week? I can't even.
You can't even, Tim?
I can't even think. I haven't been paying attention this week.
Lots of people
I haven't been paying attention to and lots of people died, Dylan? Is that what you said?
Yeah, lots of people have been dying.
Who?
What have they been dying from?
I guess between heat wave and COVID, there's lots of people dying.
But are these any notable people?
Not that I'm aware of. It's just
well, then they don't matter.
Well, I wouldn't say that. That's a little insensitive, don't you think?
No. Only big celebrities matter. Apparently AIDS is trending right now, but, no actors have AIDS, from what they're saying.
I mean...
So, why does it matter?
Is that something you're really gonna disclose to people?
Why is it trending?
Yeah,
I have no idea. Yeah.
The Taliban is about to take over all of Afghanistan, so that's fun.
Nice. That's great.
To be clear, I still completely support us getting the fuck out of Afghanistan.
Yeah.
It just looks like it's really not going well for them.
I mean, it's basically just a civil war, and civil wars work themselves out eventually. We don't have to interfere with that kind
and they
of stuff.
always work themselves out in a positive way.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
If it worked out for America, it'll work out for the other people too.
It's not that it didn't work out for America. It's just like, lots of people died, and also they're making children fight in Afghanistan too, which is kind of eh.
I don't think it's kind of Dylan. I think that's a big bummer.
Yeah, you know what I mean. You get it.
I mean, I could take it or leave it, honestly.
What the hell?
So stupid.
What's up, Tanner?
I'm looking through the news headlines right now to see if there's anything interesting. Apparently the government is offering cash to Florida schools that are like defying the Florida governor's orders to not make mask mandates.
So that's a thing with Texas and Florida right now, is their governors aren't enforcing schools or anything like that to have a mask mandate, and like literally all of the other states are having a mask mandate. So they're really in a really heavy debate between the governors of Florida and Texas, trying to say, hey, probably a good idea, especially with the Delta variant, to like make kids and everybody wear masks because this is pretty serious. And so it's it's a big discussion. I don't know any more details than that, just that the governors aren't mandating masks for schools or anything like that, and everybody's
good.
Like, yeah,
I stand behind my Governor Greg Abbott 100%.
But
are you willing to take that to the grave, Tanner?
Yes.
All right, that's fair.
That sounded like a threat.
Honestly, at this point, I'd rather die than have to wear a mask again.
Well, I mean, also the thing. You're very unlikely to die anyway, so...
Yeah, well, that's a statistic.
Well, don't tell them that, because they apparently don't know.
I'm personally... I constantly have to wear a mask because I work, so... I'm kind of just used to it at this point. I don't really care all that much. So if a business is like, hey, you need to wear a mask in here, I'm like, okay, cool. If I don't need to wear one, that's optimal, but...
See, the problem is I've gotten used to not having to wear it like 99% of the time.
Gotcha.
So...
Yeah, that's a fair point. I mean, we hit that stage for like maybe 2 weeks over here, and then they're like, the cases in Yamhill County, I'm speaking specifically for Yamhill County, they're like, cases in Yamhill County went back up. You guys all need to wear masks again. So we had like 2 weeks of freedom, and then it was.
See, the problem is, yes, cases are increasing, but deaths aren't.
Yeah.
So that
that goes back
like
to
fucking who cares?
Yeah, and like I was telling people in the beginning of this whole thing, it's like they did state that 98.2% of people
survive. Here, 1 second, Dylan, you're like roboting on the Discord call. Can you hang up and bounce back in?
Is it better now because my connection's better?
Oh, yeah.
You're much better now.
When you said that, I saw my thing drop down to red connection.
Oh, gotcha.
But yeah,
are you also on your phone?
No, I'm on my computer.
Okay.
But no, I remember telling everybody this statistic in the beginning of all of it. It's like, yeah, they state that 98.2. Why did it go back down again? You guys still hear me? Okay? There we go. They were saying 98.2% of people will survive it. When I was like, okay, so 0.8% people die, but that 0.8% is elderly people with terminal like bad illnesses and immunodeficiency disorders. And if you take 0.8 of the population, that's like 1 million. So 1 million of like the 8 billion people that get it will die. So
that's a lot of people, Dylan.
It is a lot of people, but in comparison to 8 billion, it's not a ton.
I want to look up how many total people in the U.S. have even gotten it.
Yeah, I've got no idea.
Well, though our time has been short, I must take my leave. I know that I will be missed, and I know that you guys will speak of me after I leave, but I tell you, do not miss me. I shall return.
Okay. I'll make sure to never miss you.
Goodbye, Dylan.
Goodbye.
And there goes fan favorite Dylan. Always a grand time to have around here.
I don't think I've ever seen a single comment about him other than that creepy one that was defending pedophilia.
Yeah. That's what Dylan's known for on this channel. Not getting pop culture references and also defending pedophilia.
There have been a total of 36.6 million people who have had coronavirus.
How many died?
Right now we're at 621,000.
Those are rookie numbers right there.
Yeah, let me see. Let me pull up my handy dandy calculator. So 621,000 divided by 36,600,000. There we go. So that means right now our death rate is at... Is this already a percentage? 16%. That doesn't even make sense.
Well, Tanner, sounds like the issue is much larger than you thought it was, now wasn't it?
I don't think I did. I don't know if I did the math right. I would just do deaths over cases, yeah?
Yeah.
Aye, 16% then.
This is a much larger problem you ever imagined.
Yeah, what that tells me is I guess we're getting a lot of the vulnerable people infected.
You see, what I really don't get about this whole thing is that, like, when coronavirus, like, first really started popping off, there were a lot of, like, more liberal people who were, like, really excited about it, you know? Because they're like, ooh, it's the boomer remover. We can fucking kill the old people now.
I remember that.
And now they're the ones who are like, no, we gotta mask up. We need to save these people. Like, what do you want? What is your goal? Do you want the old people dead or not?
I will say, what I was really actually interested in learning was what percentage of the total population has even had COVID. It's 1%.
Ah, that's too much. We could have kept it under 0.5%, Tanner.
Even a single one is too much.
Exactly.
See, that's what I want. I want, like, they say it's too much, all these deaths, it's too much, but, like, they never say what would have been an acceptable amount. Because, like, when Trump was in office, they were constantly saying shit like, oh, 500,000 people were killed by Trump. I'm like, that implies that you think that it was possible to have zero.
Yeah.
Which, like, to me is obviously not possible.
I mean, that's usually how this kind of stuff goes, though. When, like, you'd have, like, all the hate crimes and stuff like that going around. People are like, this is a massive issue that we're dealing with right now. There are, like, 16 hate crimes committed a year. That's too many. Like, it's not going to be zero. Like, what number do you want it to be? That said, don't commit hate crimes, people. Yeah. Commit crimes out of passion, not hate.
Commit crimes for love.
Yeah.
I don't see anyone going around saying that Biden has killed 100,000 people.
Why not?
It's not fair. Let's see. I can't even...
Tanner, you can start that rumor. You can start saying that if you want to.
Yeah, can I?
Yeah.
Let's see. When did Biden become president?
1904.
No, it was like February? January?
Yeah, it was somewhere around there. I think February.
Let's see. Fuck. How do I look at... Here we go. Deaths. Yeah, this is the chart I want. I'm gonna say January 16th. I don't know if that's accurate. Well, let's see. At January 16th... What was our total at? Frick. This chart doesn't even show me the right thing.
Looks like you're delving in an awful lot of math that you can't really handle at this moment, Tanner.
It's not even that much, it's just not giving me the correct information.
Gotcha. When was the last time you, like, actually took a math class, by the way?
High school.
Oh.
I passed AP Calculus and never had to take math again.
How much of that kind of stuff would you say that you still remember?
I'd say approximately 0.
Oh, okay. Do you still remember what to do with, like, sine, cosine, and tan and whatever?
No, not really. I can't say that I do remember that one very well.
Yeah. You know, back in high school, I'd, like, hate on those people who are like, we're never gonna need to use this stuff, and I'm just sitting there like, whatever, you're just saying that because you're stupid. Like, come on, just do the math homework. Come on. And now I'm like, I mean, yeah, they're right. We didn't need any of that.
Interesting. So I'm on the CDC site right now. They have a page where they estimate like what they think COVID was gonna do.
Yeah.
And right here it says, like, as of May 29th of this year, they estimated 120 million infections.
Oh boy.
And 767,000 deaths. So, like, we're not even close to that many infections. Like, we're a little under those deaths. So I don't know what that means.
It means that the virus is more deadly than they expected. If we got to that number of infections, the deaths would be much higher, Tanner.
Oh.
That's okay, Joe.
What the fuck?
What's up?
I don't know if this is accurate. They're saying 80%. Wait, what are they saying here? That can't be the case. I think they're saying 80% of all people 65 and older who catch COVID will die.
Oh, okay. That's a fun fact right there.
I don't think that's accurate. What's the actual death rate for people of that age range? I'm pretty sure it's not 80%. I feel like I would have heard about that.
I mean, normally when you get to that age, you have to, like, basically flip a coin as to whether or not you're going to die that day, so...
Oh, right.
Yeah. So, COVID just, it tilts things a little more into the death area.
Let's see, death rate for COVID-19 by age. What do we got here? Oh, a lot of words, but no easy-to-read charts, eh?
Kind of sounds like they're trying to hide the information from the general public.
Oh, here we go. Okay, so... None of these are a percentage, guys. Like, come on, you're gonna make me do all the work here? What do we got here?
Why they split them into ratios?
65 to 74 years has had 136,000 deaths.
Ooh.
From COVID. It doesn't say anything. Fuck. I need a different chart. What do we got here? Race and origin, place of death. This isn't what I need at all. How about this one? Is this what I need? Reference group. What? Why do they... What? So, like, this chart, the way they decided to do it is, instead of just giving percentage chance for each age group, they use 18 to 29-year-olds as a reference group, and then said what all the other age groups are relative to them.
Yeah, it sounds like, that sounds like an easy-to-understand method of breaking this all down for you.
So, like, for death, relative to 18 to 29-year-olds, people 65 to 70 years old are 95 times more likely to die. See, I feel like this is a way to obfuscate what the actual thing is, because, like, 18 to 29-year-olds have an extremely low chance of dying, so even 95 times that should still be pretty low, right?
I mean, in theory, but, like, 95 is a big number, Tanner.
Yeah, they want to put the bigger, scarier number there. Like, actually, what... Poor K.
Poor K.
Let's go to something that isn't the CDC. Maybe they won't try tricking me.
Yeah, go to the WHO. They know what's what.
Yeah, they know that Taiwan isn't a country.
Yeah, exactly.
I just want to make it clear for all of our viewers, Taiwan is a country and China can go fuck themselves. Bro.
I can get behind that right there.
There we go.
Come on. Can we also, like, maybe liberate Hong Kong as well?
Yeah, free Hong Kong and whatever.
Yeah. Really, just anything that goes against China, I am for.
Oh, here we go.
What
is this? What I want? Let's see. Like, this is share of deaths. Actually, share of deaths, that would like somewhat reflect odds of death, right?
I mean,
does that make sense?
It really just sounds like you're going down a rabbit hole here where there are no answers available to you.
It's kind of seeming like that, but maybe I'm stupid and don't know how to Google.
I mean, it's possible. Who's
this one? The California Department of Public Health?
Yeah.
That's definitely not what I want. Whatever. I'm done looking at this.
Cool.
I'm not getting anywhere. No one knows how to present data in a way that's easy to understand. It's frustrating.
So that they can hoard all the data for themselves, my guy. That's their data that they want to keep their mitts on.
Here's a fun one from The Guardian. The problem isn't inflation, in quotes. It's that most Americans aren't paid enough.
Oh, yeah.
Let's be clear, the problem is inflation.
Well, Tanner, the money needs to inflate at some point.
Yeah, well... I don't know if that's even true, Nico.
I mean, hey, I'm not an economist person, but, if you ask me, if the money isn't inflating, then it's not getting any more valuable.
What are you inflation makes money less valuable.
Yeah, exactly.
What?
So Tanner, I'm curious about something. So we've had many podcasts with Dylan now at this point. I feel like you've gotten to know him fairly thoroughly.
Yeah.
What would you say? Which Rick and Morty character do you think he is most like?
Ooh, okay.
Yeah,
let's see.
I was discussing this with one of my friends the other day, and we both had a very clear answer as to who it was.
Not Rick.
Of course not.
Not Morty.
That's who Dylan said he is.
He's not Morty.
Yeah, he's not.
Not Beth.
Nah.
Not Summer? See, my mind jumps to Jerry, but like, are we only considering like main characters?
I mean, I'll neither confirm nor deny that Jerry is the immediate one that jumped to mind for us.
Honestly, I'm gonna go with Dylan as Bird Person.
Yeah, I don't know. I feel like Dylan feels too much to be like Bird Person. Bird Person is very apathetic.
Perhaps, yeah. Maybe you're right.
Yeah.
But yeah, my mind did jump to Jerry immediately. Like, I'm sure if I went through the extended character roster, I'd find someone better, but...
Yeah, maybe he's more of a squanchy. Who knows?
Who knows? He's not more of a squanchy, but...
I mean, if you, like, really dig into Squanchy's character, though, Tanner, you'll find, like, a center core of him that just isn't, like, really revealed in the show until you really start to analyze core. Him. Yeah. One other little thing here, Tanner.
Yeah.
Well, one just small little bit of my life here is that I just graduated, my boy. I just finished all of my classes now.
Wow.
Yeah.
Look at you, college boy.
Uh-huh. Got a degree in everything.
You got your degree, your degree in graphic design or whatever? Is that what it's called?
No, it's a visual communication design. Which basically
awful.
Yeah, it basically just means graphic design.
Why wouldn't they just say that then?
I don't know. I guess they want to sound more fancy. Yeah,
okay.
Yeah, you know how these institutions and such are. But yeah, I got that all situated now and stuff. It's epic. Do
you feel they've prepared you fully for the outside world or whatever?
Nah.
Okay.
I
guess you gotta get a job now.
Yeah, exactly.
That's not at GameStop.
I mean, like, I have been offered promotion at GameStop, so, like, I can, like, work there still for a good bit of time while I'm, like, figuring out what other job to pick up, you know?
You're gonna be a GameStop manager?
I mean, who knows, Tanner? Who knows? We'll see what the cards have for me in the future.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. But in the meantime, I took some pretty neato classes during the summer. One of them was a creative writing class. And
wow.
The entire point of the class was we had to write a short story. And one of my classmates for this class decided to write a Skyrim fan fiction, in which they were
like a sexual one.
No, it was like a self-insert power fantasy type thing, where he was like the Dragonborn and he just like went around kicking ass, that kind of thing.
Disappointing.
Yeah.
And there was no sex in it?
No, unfortunately not. No.
Did anyone write a story with sex?
No, they didn't.
Lame.
Right? It was the worst, man. Someone should have
any other standout stories?
No, not really. That was the only like really funny one that I found. The rest of them were like pretty by the books, just like.
What did you write? You should have rewritten Mein Kampf and see if anyone caught it.
Well, it had to be like a story, Mein Kampf is more of a manifesto of sorts.
Well, I find traditional narrative structures to be boring.
Okay. Do you not really read at all, Tanner?
I try to read.
Okay. It just never really hooks you, though.
I'm making my way through a book right now,
Oh, okay.
Slowly.
Yeah. What book is it that you're currently reading?
The Gulag Archipelago.
Okay. Is that an actual, like, sort of narrative type story, or is it a manifesto about some sort of gulag?
It's not a manifesto. It's like kind of a history piece.
Okay.
Like, because it's a guy recording what happened in the Gulag system.
Gotcha.
But I don't think it's, like, officially recognized as, like, a historical source, but it's supposed to be all, like, real and whatever.
Yeah. Okay. That does make sense for you. That's the type of book that I would assume that you would read. I'm more of a, I like a lot of action and a big old adventure in my stories. Otherwise, I just find it very boring and I can't get into it.
Right. Books are tough, man.
I know, right? Oh. That's also probably why I switched over, like, manga. Because, like, that's exactly what it is, my guy. It's all just a bunch of action and a big old adventure.
Mm-hmm.
And also I can find it for free, but, that's beside the point.
It is the point, but, you see the Suicide Squad?
I have not seen it yet, no.
And you're part of the reason why this movie is failing at the box office.
I want to see it at some point. It sounds super good.
Why is it failing at the box office? It's so good.
I think that people have been burnt out of DC movies at this point, and they remember the last Suicide Squad being, like, really bad, so...
I see. I completely disagree. I think people are burnt out on all movies.
I mean, possibly.
Because, like,
they're just
Black Widow didn't do too well.
I mean, come on, Tanner. That's also Black Widow, okay? Like, if the next Spider-Man doesn't do well, then that's a bigger issue. Yeah, but if it's Black Widow, come on.
Yeah, I do think it's just people don't want to go to movie theaters right now.
Yeah. I mean, people did just spend, like, a ton of time in quarantine, so, like...
Yeah.
Watching movies and stuff is basically all they've been doing, so hitting up the movie theater is probably one of the last things that they'll want to do right now.
Also, people don't remember the last Suicide Squad. What, are you crazy?
I remember the last Suicide Squad.
500 years ago.
It had, like, some weird mummy girl in it, and she became beautiful.
Only reason I remember any of the plot in that movie is because people have been talking about it, comparing it to the new one.
Don't you remember the great moment when Will Smith says, "What is this, some kind of Suicide Squad?"
I technically don't remember that moment. I do know it's a line because people memed it.
That's a great line, Tanner. They didn't have that line in the new one.
They had something similar.
Oh, did they? Did Idris Elba instead be the one who said, "What is this, some kind of Suicide Squad"?
Yeah, he said something along those lines, like, what are we, so we're some kind of Suicide Squad or something like that. And then Rick Flag is like, the name Suicide Squad is very insulting. We prefer Task Force S.
Okay. Task Force Suicide.
Yeah, sorry, I slurred my letters. Task Force X.
Oh, okay.
It's tough because Task and Force both have an S sound in it. It's kind of a tongue twister, actually.
Yeah, it's some kind of a tongue twister.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. One other thing I've been doing recently is, well, T-boy, I've recently decided to enter back into the dating game, my boy.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, so I downloaded the apps and such that all these kids are using nowadays.
Oh, God.
Yeah, and so this has been a grand old time, I tell you what.
How's it going for you so far?
Tanner, why does everybody smoke weed?
Yeah, that was, dude, like, if you think it's bad where you're getting, like, you know, you're seeing people in friggin' McMinnville, like, I was living in Portland and using those apps.
I mean, I have it expanded to the point where, like, Portland is also encompassed in it. So.
Right. Yeah, I'm gonna be honest, dude, I think you probably have pretty similar tastes in women, or at the very least, have similar, like, I don't want people who do this or are like that.
Yeah.
You're gonna have a rough time. It's not gonna be great.
I've found a few matches here and there so far, but yeah, I'm
damn already.
I'm swiping left on an awful lot of people. It really has like shown just how shallow I am. I think, like,
I mean, listen. Most of the like everyone on there is shallow, so it's fine.
Ah, okay.
Like you get tired of reading "Looking for the Gym to My Pam" at a certain point, you know.
I don't think I've read that at all yet.
You haven't seen that yet? No. Oh God.
To be fair, I tend to not read the bios super extensively. I look at like the tags and stuff for the most part, and I'm like, already have a child? Nah. Smoke cigarettes regularly? Definitely not.
Which apps are you doing?
I'm using like Bumble. I don't want to use Tinder though, because I've heard it's, you know, that's more for like hooking up and stuff, and like.
See, people say that. I've never gotten a hookup through Tinder, so.
Who knows?
So I don't know. And like literally every girl puts in their profile not looking for hookups anyway, so I don't know if they're fucking liars or what. I assume they have to be lying, because again, Tinder has this whole reputation, but.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think I'm probably going to be ending up on those apps soon, because it really seems like my girlfriend has broken up with me. Okay.
That's a big rip, my boy. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
How long did it last?
We've been together like a month and a half.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I just heard about her last week, so I fully expect you to say about a week.
It's been a little bit, but yeah. She didn't talk to me for 2 days, then hit me with I'm thinking about things, and then she doesn't know that I know what her Twitter account is.
Okay.
And yesterday she tweeted out, I just broke up with 2 boys for my mental health. And I'm very curious as to what this second boy is, but...
Maybe it was 2 other boys, Tanner. Maybe you're the lucky winner.
That's even worse. Like... I'm gonna assume it doesn't mean she was dating another guy, but, like, I don't even know.
Maybe you are the 2 boys, Tanner. Maybe your heart is just so big that it encompasses 2 men. And that big old heart was just too much for her, my guy. She just couldn't handle it. But yeah, I don't know. We'll see just how lucky we end up being in this wonderful world of dating and such.
Do you notice yourself swiping on any type of girls specifically? Like, are you finding out what your type is?
I mean, I definitely think I already had like a really clear-cut idea of what my type is. I have found that, however, if a girl says like in her bio at all that like, oh yeah, I'm in like pre-law or like pre-med, any of that kind of stuff, it definitely does increase her chances a lot more.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So you know what? Women aren't the only ones who are after those kinds of guys, okay?
You only go for white girls?
No. I don't know why you have this perception of me, Tanner, but no, it's not the case.
You do seem like the kind of person that at the very least avoids some races.
That's not true. That's definitely not true at all.
Okay.
What about you, Tanner? Are you that way, my boy?
Am I? No.
Then why do you think I am?
I don't know.
Alright, that's fair. I shouldn't have expected anything else.
Yeah, you shouldn't have expected me to have a reason. I'm just talking shit over here, dude.
I'm just trying to accuse you of some subtle racism, okay? That's all.
Yeah. I mean, lots of people say it's not even racist.
I mean, I wouldn't.
Lots of people would say you can't be racist because you're half brown.
Yeah, there we go. I mean, I don't necessarily think that's racist to just not be attracted to a certain group of people. I think it's just like all personal based. Like, as long as
I do think it's racist.
I don't think it is. You're not being like hateful towards them or anything.
I think but you're ascribing like you're like stereotyping.
I don't think that's stereotyping at all, my guy.
Well, what legitimate reason is there in your mind to say I'm just not attracted to people of X race?
I don't know. Like, let's see. I know that one of my coworkers...
Like, what can you say that isn't just stereotyping and saying, oh, they all have X characteristic, which is inevitably not true?
I guess the example I was about to use wouldn't be super great in that instance.
Were you about to say skin tone or like Jews having big noses or something?
No. One of my coworkers, he said he's not super into black girls because he's in a similar situation to me where his sisters are black. And so he's like, yeah, it just reminds me of my sisters and it weirds me out a lot.
I mean, I don't know, that seems weird. Is he black?
No, he's not.
Okay. I feel like that's the only situation that ever happens in, because in most instances people are still attracted to people of the same race as their, close relatives.
Yeah. I mean, hey, I'm also in that same situation, my boy.
You don't see, I was gonna guess you don't like black girls.
I'm not saying that I also share his opinion. I'm just saying I'm in the same situation as him.
Oh, gotcha.
Yeah. I'm okay with black girls, Tanner.
How many black women have you even met?
Aside from my sisters?
Yeah.
I think maybe like 4 or 5.
It's gotta be. I'm pretty. Like, let's say met as in like you got their name.
Okay, yeah, like maybe 4. I mean,
honestly, I'm probably. Let me think.
We just don't have very many of them 4. In this area.
Yeah, and I went to college and lived in Portland, but also Portland's the whitest city in America, which is fucking hilarious. Yeah, I guess I'd probably I'd say I'm probably at least half a dozen.
Okay. So you got a solid 2 over me.
Yeah, probably. There's a lot more black people here in San Antonio than in Oregon.
Ah, okay.
Also a lot more, Latinos, but that seems obvious.
I mean, we have a fairly healthy dose of Latinos up here as well, though.
Yeah. I work at Circle K and we sell alcohol, and you're supposed to ask for IDs for people who look under 40, but like when someone walks up and they like obviously don't speak English, I'm like, I'm just gonna enter in a date. Like, I don't want to spend the next 5 minutes trying to communicate. I need to see some sort of identification.
Yeah. That is an issue at GameStop as well, because we're classified like as a pawn shop under Oregon law.
What?
Yeah. Because we like take in games and stuff like that, we're classified as a pawn shop. So if people want to like sell games to us,
so incredibly odd.
Yeah, when people want to sell games to us, we need to like get their ID and do a bunch of stuff. So
only 18-years-olds sell games to you?
Yes, only people who are 18.
What?
Yeah.
That's the dumbest thing I've ever heard.
It's Oregon law, my boy.
You can't just be classified as an electronics shop?
I guess not. Because we take things... People can sell stuff to us, I guess, so...
I can't believe Governor Kate Brown has done this.
Yeah, we need to, like, take a picture of them and stuff. It gets sent, like, down to the police station, so if that stuff comes up stolen, then the police can investigate, all that stuff.
Right.
Yeah.
So, I'm confused. I remember it being a thing, like, right after high school, that Kate Brown made it so that you can't smoke under 21. Like, they changed the smoking age. But it's a federal law.
I mean, like, you know.
So did she just pass that, and then shortly after, the federal government was like, yeah, we'll bump it up to 21, or, like, what's the deal?
I believe that was what the case was for that.
Normally, I'd be like, this is stupid, they're taking away some people's rights or whatever, but then I'm like, oh, now that I'm working at Circle K, I'm like, oh, it's very nice to not have to memorize 2 different ages for restricted products.
I mean, it also shouldn't be that hard.
Yeah. Well, you know. It's convenient, you know?
Yeah. It's convenient for the old convenience store, man.
And I do like the consistency of having them the same age, so.
Yeah.
Because it doesn't really make sense why they'd be different age in the first place. Like, they're both... I mean, they're both relatively equally harmful, probably.
Yeah, I'm really not into girls who, like, smoke cigarettes, like, whatsoever. Or drink heavily, but, like...
No.
Yeah. Cigarettes are just, they're my kryptonite, my boy. I can't stand them.
One of my big problems is, I also don't trust girls to be honest about how much they do that stuff, so unless they say they don't do it at all, I'm like, I mean, you might be just wilding out every day for all I know.
Yeah. Smoking...
Also, like, at that age, people have very warped perceptions of what a low or a moderate amount of either of those things are.
Yeah.
So they can be like, yeah, I hardly ever smoke, and they smoke every day, or whatever.
Yeah.
Like, there are people that think, like, smoking, like, very little weed is once a day.
I mean, hey, that's a moderate amount, my guy. Have you ever seen their friend who just is constantly toking 24/7, alright? Like, they're a heavy smoker.
Yeah. They're going too far.
Look, just because they need to get a fat little rip in the morning just to get out of bed, that doesn't mean they're addicted, alright? Okay, Tanner?
So you've gotten matches. Have you gotten any actual conversations or dates?
Just a couple conversations, like no dates or anything like that, though.
Gotcha, okay.
Yeah. So
they actually text you back, too. Crazy.
Yeah.
It's amazing what being more handsome than me accomplishes on these apps.
It's truly a miracle. Who would have thought?
If someone said they were really into you because of your mixed race or whatever, how would you feel about that? Like, it's a thing for them. They're into guys that are brown.
I'd be like, oh, that's cool, thank you.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay. Nico's down to be fetishized. Interesting.
I mean, like, hey, if that's their type, then sure, good on them.
Really?
Yeah.
Interesting. I'm severely disgusted by that sort of thing.
Yeah, I know that there are people out there who just hate that idea, but for me, I don't really care. I'm like, whatever.
Okay. Whatever gets me more chicks, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Have you seen anyone you like knew or recognized?
Yes, I definitely have. I've had like a couple of friends pop up on there, and I like screenshot.
There
like,
we go.
Yo, I just saw you on the app,
you did it.
And they're like, what?
Wow, wacky.
Yeah.
Several friends.
Yeah.
I forget that you have lots of female friends.
Uh-huh.
Have you screenshot it and any of them be like, so which way did you swipe?
No, they haven't. I've definitely swiped left on all of them.
Gotcha.
I can't remember if I've explained this or not, but yeah, despite me having quite a few female friends since like graduating from high school and stuff like that, I'm not interested in dating any of them.
Are they all degenerates? Like, what's the deal?
I mean, yeah, for the most part, they're all, like, pretty attractive. But the problem is, like, they all have a lot of issues that I do not feel comfortable being the person who has to deal with.
Why are you friends with them?
Because, like, they're gamers and shit, dude.
Oh, gamer girls.
Yeah. Or, like, they're just, like, cool to hang out with, you know? They're just
let's see. You see a girl.
Yeah.
She's like ridiculously attractive.
Yeah.
She loves video games. She's super into Yu-Gi-Oh or whatever you're into now.
She takes that cigarette though, and I'm out of there.
No. She doesn't smoke. She doesn't drink.
Perfect.
She's devoutly religious.
Perfect.
But she always wears a pair of cat ears. How are you feeling?
Ooh. Are they like the kitty ear headphones, or?
They're not headphones because she always wears them. They're like a headband with like little fuzzy cat ears on them.
Gotcha.
She always wears, like, this is the one thing, no matter the outfit.
I mean, that kind of just that's a bit of a red flag to me. That really does seem like a...
But, like, everything else, like, based on all the information she has on her profile or whatever, otherwise she seems perfect. She just has the cat ears.
That sounds like some sort of underlying psychological issue is the problem, though. Like, they help her cope with something terrible that happened in her past. Mm-hmm. That I'm gonna eventually have to confront, and, I just don't know if I'm the guy to be able to do that.
Really?
Yeah.
Interesting. So you pass up on the otherwise perfect girl who wears cat ears. Interesting.
I think so. I think I would have to.
Okay.
It would weird me out.
Now, what if that girl were black?
Unfortunately, Tanner, I don't think that'll change the outcome here. Cat ears are cat ears, my boy.
Because you're a racist?
I mean, we never established that she wasn't black in the first place. I could have been imagining her as black the whole time.
Oh, really? Yeah. Were you?
I could have. I wasn't, but I could have been.
Is there any kind of hairstyles that you like strongly prefer or strongly dislike?
I mean, I fucking hate pigtails. Those are awful.
Really?
Yeah, I despise them.
Really?
Yeah. Are they weird?
What about braided pigtails?
I think those are better. When it's just like basically two ponytails, like on the side of your head. I don't like it. It makes them feel like a child.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I can see that.
Yeah.
For me, I think pigtails is probably outfit dependent.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not inherently opposed to pigtails.
Yeah, when they dress like a schoolgirl, it's totally fine, because then it's like, it's on theme.
Right. Why are they called pigtails if there's two of them and they don't spiral?
That's a good question.
What? How does that make any sense, actually? Like a ponytail, that makes sense. Because it looks like a horse tail. But where's the logic for the pigtail come in? Now I need to look this up. Why are they called pigtails?
It's just telling me that, Wait, what the fuck?
What's happening?
This is telling me something about tobacco leaves, apparently.
What?
Yeah, I don't know. It's not really giving me a...
The twisted tobacco leaves did resemble the curly tail of a pig.
Yeah, that's what I saw.
So they were called pigtails. Eventually the term began to be used to describe hair braids that resembled the twisted tobacco leaves. Pigtails were very popular among soldiers and sailors in the 1700s. I'm just confused now.
That brought up a lot more questions than answers.
What? See, the problem here is they're treating braided as the default, I think, and they're saying the braiding is similar to some sort of tobacco product that was called pigtails.
Yeah. Huh. Okay.
The name doesn't make any sense. We should change them.
Yeah. They're also called angel wings, apparently.
Okay. See, I think I was literally about to suggest, like, angel wings, honestly.
Well, there we go. Perfect. I'm not into angel wings.
Is there a certain length in your mind that pigtails need to be? To be pigtails?
Yeah. They'll be like a little... They ain't too long, you know? They gotta be like... But they ain't super short either. They got like that nice medium length to them.
What about... Here, I know this is a child, but what about this? Are those pigtails to you?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, sure. They're like some little palms there. I guess, yeah, I wouldn't really classify those as pigtails. I'm still not into that hairstyle, but...
I wouldn't... What about white women with cornrows? What are your thoughts on that?
Not super into it, I don't think.
Yeah?
Yeah. Looks weird. It makes me think that they're a total stoner is the problem.
Yeah, there's a lot of associations with that. I'm just gonna look up women's hairstyles right now and we'll... Like, what would you say is your default, like, most preferred hairstyle for women?
Honestly, I just kind of prefer it if their hair is just kind of laying naturally for the most part. That's pretty much what I'm into.
What kind of length do you like?
You see, that's also another problem, Tanner. As long as it's not like a shaved head or something like that, I do not care.
Really? No shaved head at all?
No, I don't like a shaved head.
Really? You don't like Charlize Theron in Mad Max Fury Road?
I can't say so. No, Tanner. I think she's a cool character. I'm not attracted to her, though.
Really? Okay, interesting.
Yeah. I'm like, whoa, she kicks ass.
What about Pixie Cuts? You into Pixie Cuts?
Maybe. Hang on. Pixie Cut. That's like the Ellen haircut, isn't it?
Yeah, I think it kind of just means, like, kind of short.
Okay. Yeah, I think this can definitely work depending on the girl. Yeah, like, I don't know who...
My mom usually has a pixie cut.
That is also another issue. I think it's typically attributed to older women nowadays.
Yeah, Yeah... I think, like... See, I think either older women or, like hyper-liberals.
Yeah. That is also another bit of an issue. I don't know. I'm looking at pictures right now, though, and there are definitely some chicks here who are killing it.
I'm trying to think of, like, what are some, like, really unique hairstyles. I mean, you're cool with ponytails, yeah?
I prefer it if they aren't in a ponytail. It's not like... It doesn't like, kill me or anything like that, though.
Gotcha.
Like I said...
What about bangs? What are your thoughts on bangs?
Yeah, bangs can look good.
I'm not gonna lie, I kind of hate bangs.
What's wrong with them?
I don't know. I don't think they look very good. Let me see your forehead. I think the thing is, lots and lots and lots of women are very self-conscious about the length of their forehead.
Yeah.
So...
As they should be. I do not want to know a woman's forehead exists.
Okay, interesting.
It's not real. I don't actually think that.
How about curly hair versus straight hair?
I'm more of into like a wavy look.
Okay.
Like, personally, I don't like straight hair very much now.
Okay, let me see. What about this? So, like, when you're saying wavy, are you thinking a girl like this one? Bah! And there it is.
Yeah.
She's cute, but I don't know how old she is, so I'm not going to go any further than that.
She looks good.
Are you any good at telling how old women are just by looking at them?
No.
Yeah, I am god awful at it. It's so hard to tell sometimes.
Yeah.
And, like, you know, I card people and whatever, and there have been times where I'm like, this girl is, like, 16, and then she's, like, 30 or whatever. I'm like, this is impossible. I don't even understand.
It is smart that you card people. It's, like, kind of weird, though, at the same time. Like, I remember people posting about that because there was, like, some YouTuber who had, like, slept with an underage girl or something like that. And they're like, well, she said that she was, like, 20, but turns out she was, like, 17 or something like that. And the people in comments were like, well, then you should, like, fucking carded her or something, bro. And then there was a big dispute. You
should have carded her.
Yeah, there was a big dispute of, like, well, why would you do that? That kind of, like, seems to kill the mood. That you're, like, a bouncer outside your bedroom carding people.
Exactly, yeah.
But, like, it's definitely a smart idea. It's also just strange.
Well, yeah, no one... Yeah. See, that's, like, you know, in a situation like that, a girl lies about her age, and, like, you know, older teenage girls look like adults. They just do. And the way the laws are right now is if a guy, you know, I guess doesn't dig deep enough, and he sleeps with that girl, and, like, I don't know, she squeals on him or whatever, like, he just goes to jail, like, regardless of circumstances. And yeah, they use the argument like, oh, you should have, like, looked at her ID or something, but, like, that's not something that any reasonable person would do.
Yeah, it's not a very natural human response.
Yeah, no. So, and I think that's kind of a psychological problem with women. They want older guys, but the problem is, when you're underage and you want older guys, you're putting people in prison.
Yeah. Yeah, that it.
We touched on it a couple minutes ago, but political beliefs, how does that work out with you in dating? Like, are there any red flags for you when it comes to that?
Only if they put like APOC in their bio or something like that. That is
APOC?
Yeah, or no,
ACAB.
That's what I'm thinking of. Yeah.
So you're swiping left on pretty much everyone.
I haven't seen like an awful lot of that, honestly.
Really?
Yeah.
It was really bad when like, you know, when I was living in Portland. So like a year ago, oh my god, it was every single profile, like, for real.
Yeah, I'd imagine when that was the big hot topic thing, that'd be popping up an awful lot. But fortunately, it's not around too much right now.
I would say, yeah, ACAB, automatic swipe left. I think in most cases BLM was too. Or no, not... I wouldn't swipe left if it was just BLM, but if it was like a BLM or go kill yourself or something, like if they were being aggressive about it, then that was obviously a left. Funnily enough, when I was, you know, doing the dating apps and whatever, in my experience, it seems like BLM and ACAB were, like, by percentage, less common in black people's profiles than in, like, white people's. So, you know, I ain't gonna say anything.
They got something to prove, Tanner.
They got something to prove. These whiteys gotta prove they ain't with the cops.
Yeah, generally if someone is like, if someone's more liberal, I don't mind. I'm down with being in a relationship with someone who can, like, challenge me mentally and stuff like that. Yeah,
your girlfriend was pretty liberal. I have a feeling she wasn't challenging you mentally with regards to politics, was she?
Not an awful lot, no.
Yeah.
Yeah, typically
would you say there's any position that you once held that you had a conversation with your girlfriend with about, and then you changed your position at all?
Ooh, let me think here for a second. I don't think so, no?
Yeah.
Also,
like, we just don't respect women.
I definitely think there were things that, like, she said, and I'd be like, that's kind of weird. But then I'd hear, like, some other person argue for that thing, and then I'm like, oh, okay, yeah, I can get behind that.
Gotcha.
Yeah. And so I'd eventually come around to, like, some of her
You had to hear
ideas.
it from a man.
I think it's just a coincidence that they were men.
That's really funny. Can you name a specific example?
Like, marriage was one thing. Like, the government...
What do you mean by that?
So, like, the government being involved in, like, the whole marriage process. She didn't like the idea. She was, like, down with, like, a ceremony and all that stuff, like, getting married, but she didn't want, like, the government to have, like, a hand to play in any of that sort of stuff.
Really?
Yeah.
Interesting. That's a conservative opinion, though.
Yeah.
And you thought the government should be involved in marriage?
I was like... I was more so like, I mean, I don't know. Why wouldn't they? And then I heard an argument for it, and I was like, oh, okay, yeah, that totally makes sense. Yeah, the government shouldn't have any place to play in that sort of thing.
Yeah. Like, I'm fine with tax incentives for coupling, I guess, because that, like, helps the fabric of society or something. Even that's, like, kind of weird, but I don't know enough about that specific topic to really have a strong opinion on it one way or the other.
Yeah, that was the thing I was thinking of. Like, well, I mean, you get like tax benefits or something if you're married. So, I mean, I want a tax cut.
I want taxes.
Yeah, and I heard like some economist or whatever argue like, well, you don't really get much of anything if you're married, so.
Yeah, I'm sure it's like the smallest possible difference the government could get away with. I don't know. You got anything else?
No, I think that's just about it for today's episode.
I think a solid talk all around, I'd say.
Yeah, definitely skipped like the last half of this video or so.
Sure.
That's where the meat is.
Yeah. Once Dylan leaves, that's when it gets good. I'm just joking, Dylan. I know you watch these.
Come on. Guy.
You know we're just joshing with you.
Yeah.
Next week we're gonna do episode 9 of the Star Wars rewrite.
Ooh, okay.
Yep.
So be on the lookout for that, everybody.
Yeah.
And until then, I guess that's it for today.
Bye-bye.